Hello friends. So in last lecture we have seen the trigonometric and hyperbolic function of a complex numbers. So in that we have seen this is your cos of j, which is equal to e raised to ij plus e raised to minus ij upon 2. Then we have seen sin of j, which is nothing but e raised to ij minus e raised to minus ij upon your twice I. Then we have seen this is hyperbolic cosine of j, which is nothing but e raised to j plus e raised to minus j divided by 2. Then we have seen the hyperbolic sine of j, which is nothing but e raised to j minus e raised to minus j upon 2. Then we have seen the several important identity. Okay, so 7 identities are there, just like your sine hyperbolic of I theta is nothing but I times sine of theta and that all. So in today's lecture we will see the applications of a complex number. Okay, so topic is the application of a complex number to determine the velocity and acceleration of a curve motion. Okay, so if you have any object, okay, and which is moving just like in a curve path. So what is the example of this one? Suppose we have one satellite over here, okay, and this is one object is moving with this particular curve. It is moving from this particular direction to here. Now what is the role of satellite here? To detect this particular object at an instant of time t. So at this particular instant of time the object will be here. At this particular instant of time object will be here. At this particular instant of time object will be here. So what happened here? So here you have to measure the object position. Who will be measured? This satellite will be measured. So what will be changed here? Here your theta is changed, as well as this is suppose your r. So this at this particular position r will be different. So this is r1, r2, r3 and so on. So you will get theta 1, theta 2, theta 3 and so on. So please remember that we are always measure the angle with respect to the positive x axis. Okay. So that part we want to see here, the application of a complex number to determine the velocity and acceleration in a curve motion. The best example is satellite and object. The role of the satellite to detect the position of your object. Okay, so at this particular instant of time. Okay, so here the two things. Suppose we want to determine the velocity. So here your angular displacement is changed, theta 1, theta 2, theta 3. Okay, so we can determine d theta by dt. This is your angular velocity. Okay, now here r is also changed. So we can find out this is dr by dt. So using this you can find out change along the r. Okay, and contribution of both you will get the velocity component, okay, of your curve motion. So simple, we will take one object. Okay, so the given object, suppose, which is move along your xy. This is, please remember, it's a complex plane. Okay, so the given object is suppose moving in this particular direction. So you can write down this one. Okay, So at one particular instant of time, suppose here is your P point at a P instant of time. Okay, so assume that origin is your satellite and this is your object. So in this particular, this is my R and this angle is nothing but your theta. Okay, so at one particular instant of time, so what will be my this one? So we have to determine the complex number. So R we can write in terms of R is to Pi theta. Okay, so here we can use the complex number in exponential form. Having the coordinates are what? R and theta. So these are the polar coordinates, and here if you assume that suppose the position of the particle will be here. Okay, so here R it changes, theta is also changed. Suppose the position of the particle here, here, here. So every time your R and theta changes with respect to your time. Okay, so this R and T, R and theta is a function of what? Time. With respect to the time, your R will be changed and your theta is also changed. Okay, with respect to means object motion will. So this is nothing but what? So automatically your Z is a function of T, complex number is a function of time. So R is a function of your T, e raised to I theta of T. Now my aim is what? We have to determine the velocity. So velocity, how we can find out the velocity? This is nothing but your dz by dt. Okay, so that is nothing but what? This is d by dt of, this is my component r and theta. So r e raised to I theta. Now we will take differentiation of the r first. So this is dr by dt. This is outside, e raised to I theta. Then in second term I will keep r is outside. So d by dt of e raised to I theta. Okay. So this is nothing but dr by dt. So we can represent in terms of what? R dot. Okay. And e raised to I theta, this term is as it is, plus r. Now differentiation with respect to the t upon theta. So this is theta is also function of t. So e raised to x is e raised to x. So e raised to I theta into d theta by dt. Okay, differentiation of this particular quantity. Okay, so this is basically your I of theta. So I we can take outside. So this is nothing but what? R dot e raised to this one plus I r d theta by dt is nothing but we can write this is theta dot e raised to I of theta. Okay, so this we can write in terms of dz by dt. So z is your displacement, complex displacement. So that we can write in terms of what? Velocity component. Okay, so this, now we know what do you mean by I. So this is, suppose we have to change the I. So I we can write in terms of what? E raised to I pi by 2. Okay, so this is Euler formula. Cos of pi by 2 0 plus I times sin pi by 2. Sin pi by 2 is what? 1. So you will get, basically this is nothing but cos of pi by 2 plus I times sin pi by 2. Sin pi by 2 is 1, cos pi by 2 0. So basically you will get the I. Okay, so instead of this I, we can write e raised to I pi by 2. So this is nothing but r dot e raised to I theta plus this I we can write r dot theta dot e raised to, this is your I pi by 2 into e raised to I theta. Instead of I, we have written e raised to I pi by 2, and instead of, so this term is as it is. So from this what you will get? This is nothing but, this is r dot e raised to I theta plus r theta dot e raised to I theta plus pi by 2. So this is nothing but your velocity component, okay, so which is obviously your vector quantity is there, okay. So in this particular case, if you see, this is rate of change of your r, here the rate of change of your theta, but here the angle theta is there, here is theta plus pi by 2, theta plus pi by 2. So this is indicate what? Suppose I will explain through this particular graph. Now assume that your position will be here. Okay. So first I will concentrate on dr by dt. So this is my r. Okay. This is my theta. Now suppose r will be changed. So r is changing in this particular direction by keeping theta is same. Okay. So the increasing direction of r is here. R will be increasing in this particular direction by keeping theta is same. So this is nothing but your radial component of your velocity. Which component? This is your radial. So this is r dot e raised to I theta is radial component which will be increased in the direction of your r, outward direction. So this is your outward direction. dr by dt is nothing but what? Your r is continuously change. Here I have to increase this. Meaning is what? Suppose my point will be here, my point will be here. So r is automatically increases, but r is increases, but given r will be increased in the outward direction. Okay. So the r is increasing in the outward direction along your r. Okay. So that is nothing but my radial component of velocity, and which is probably denoted by Vr. Okay. So this is vector quantity. Suppose we can take a modulus of this one, means you require a magnitude of your radial component, then itself take a magnitude, you will get r dot 1. Okay. Now the transfer, this is theta plus pi by 2. Theta will be here. Now in the second step is what? Your r is constant. R is constant means what? Suppose your satellite is here and the given object is moving in a circular path. Okay. So in this case, r, this is your r, this is your r, this is your r. But this is suppose your x-axis. So this theta, this is your theta 2, this is your theta. So theta will be increasing in the counterclockwise direction. Okay. So we are measuring the angle with respect to x. So in this direction your theta will be increasing. Theta will be increasing, but what about the direction which is perpendicular to your r? Tangential component. Okay. So this is r is increasing in which direction? Here. So this is my Vr component and this is my V theta component. But if your object is moving in a circular object, that time this component is not changed. So we have written every time r. So only which component is changed? This one. So we can't say velocity is constant. Velocity is changed due to your angular component, that is nothing but your v theta. So that is nothing but what? This is theta plus pi by 2. So this much theta and this angle comes in a picture. Okay. So this component your r theta dot e raised to, so that component is I theta plus pi by 2. Okay, this is called transverse component of velocity, and that is called as suppose v theta. Okay, so which is increasing in the direction of changing the theta, means increasing the angle of theta, and perpendicular to your radial component. That's why we have written theta plus pi by 2. So this is your transverse component. But I want to find out what? Velocity in the curve motion. So this is your curve path is there. It is very interesting if you look here. So your object is moving in this particular direction. Your theta will be here somewhere. So in this particular direction, this is my VR component. I have taken suppose a magnitude of that one. Now this component is where? Here. Which component? Which is perpendicular to your VR. So this is my v theta component. Now my aim is what? We want to find out the velocity changes due to your radial component as well as your transverse component. So this is my radial component, this is my transverse component, and we want to find out what will be the total V due to change of your VR as well as your v theta. So we can take the v theta here, right? Suppose here that component. Okay, so the resultant will be where? So it will be just like suppose this is VR component. So that is nothing but your V component. This is your V theta component. This component is same, direction will be same. So this is VR component, your radial component. This is your transverse component. The resultant component will be here. Will be increasing the direction here. Okay. Now this theta is also changed. Don't consider theta is only here. So at this particular position here, theta will be changed, r will be changed. So this is the combination. If your r and theta both are changed simultaneously, then the velocity is. If assume that your theta is constant. Theta is constant means d theta by dt term is 0. This term is 0 means your velocity depend only on radial component, means your object is going only in a vertical direction. Okay, if your r is just like in a circular motion, your r is constant. R is constant means first term is 0. First term is 0 means you will get the second term, and second term is belong to this one. Okay, so in that case circular motion your velocity depend only on transverse component. If your angle is constant and your object is moving only in a straight line path, suppose vertically upward direction or any particular direction, that time the radial component play an important role. Okay, so this is my case. Okay. So here we can use this particular equation suppose. Now next is we want to find out the acceleration of a curve motion. Acceleration of a curve motion. Simple. Acceleration is nothing but what? Rate of change of velocity component. So here is my acceleration. Okay. So that we can write what? dv by your dt. Okay, suppose vector point. So that we can write what is my v? d by velocity component is r dot e raised to I theta plus r theta dot, this is I will take e raised to r theta. This step I have taken. Okay, this is my velocity. Then my aim is what? Acceleration. So we will take this term, suppose first d by dt of your r dot e raised to I theta plus this d by dt of this r is constant, so that will be outside. So this is r theta dot e raised to I theta. Now here r and theta is function of t. So what we can write? We can take first dr dot by e raised to I theta is outside plus this is constant and d by dt of e raised to plus this is r. Now here I is a function of 3, 1, 2 and this one. Okay, so first you will write dr by dt, remaining 2 are constant, e raised to this is I theta plus this is r is constant, d theta dot by dt second one, e raised to I theta suppose. Okay, and plus first two terms are constant, means these two, d by dt of e raised to I theta. Okay, now we know this is what dr by dt means. We can write in terms of, or we will write one more step, dr dot by d theta dt. Okay, so e raised to I theta plus r dot, what we can write for this one, I times d theta by dt. Okay, so this is, I will take outside suppose, here is I, r d theta by dt and e raised to I theta. For this, just here somewhere we are seeing. Okay, so plus this I constant. Okay, so this is nothing but your I times dr by dt d theta e raised to I theta. Okay, so anyway we will multiply inside this one also, I plus this is I, this is r d theta dot by dt and e raised to I theta plus this is r theta dot, so this is nothing but I, already I we have multiplied inside this one, and due to this particular term this is I d theta by dt and e raised to I. So what will get here? Okay, so this is nothing but, this is your acceleration, which is nothing but r d by dt of r dot, so r double dot. Okay, e raised to I theta plus this is I r dot theta dot e raised to I theta. This is dr by dt means r dot, so we can write plus this is r dot theta dot e raised to I theta. Then here theta double dot, so this is I times r dot theta double dot e raised to I theta. Okay, then this term, this is I square is minus 1, so this is minus r, this is d theta by dt is nothing but theta dot, So r theta dot square into this is e raised to I. Okay. So this is nothing but what? This is, we can contribute this real part. Here is no I term. So this is r double dot e raised to, so e raised to I theta we can take common, minus r theta dot square into e raised to I theta. Okay, plus this is I r dot theta dot into e. So these two terms are similar, so twice of that one, plus, so we can take I outside 2 r dot theta dot plus r dot theta double dot into e raised to I theta. Okay, so again we can write what? This is r double dot minus r theta dot square e raised to I theta plus, this is instead of I can write I e raised to pi by 2. So this is twice r dot theta dot plus r dot theta double dot e raised to I theta plus pi by 2. Okay, so again we can say this is what? This is a radial component of acceleration. Radial component of acceleration. Okay, so which is increasing your r. So in this case, what? Theta plus pi by 2. So this is transverse component of your acceleration. When you will add both the things, radial component of the acceleration as well as your transverse component of the acceleration, then you will get the resultant acceleration. Here you can find out the magnitude along the radial component also. Okay, so this is not a big type, this is your AR, this is your A theta. If you take the modulus, this term is 1, okay, and you will get the resultant this term. Okay, so this is basically the addition of your radial component plus transverse component, means this is your particle is moving. So along this particular direction, this is your r, this will be your theta. Now simultaneously, if you take this particular point, r it changes, theta will be changed. This. So let us consider this is your satellite point, and the object is moving from one in a curved particular path. Okay, even it is moving in a straight line path, so one parameter is constant. That's it. Okay, so that particular point we have to cover here. So what we have seen here in a simple thing, suppose you want to find out, okay, the applications of complex number to determine the velocity and acceleration of a curved path. This is one kind of a curved path. So best example, any object is suppose moving here, and this is my satellite, and now the role of the satellite to detect that particular object. Okay, now the object should be, response should be very fast. If your object is moving very fast and satellite is just doing this one, then the resolution is not good. As that enough? So in that case, we will not go with your Cartesian coordinate. Here we should go with your polar coordinates. So we have started with this particular thing. Okay, so complex number is a function of your r and theta. So here radius means the distance of that particular particle is also changed, and your theta is also changed. Okay, so if this satellite is moving just like this one, so actually your object is moving. So object is moving means what? your satellite is also moving in that particular, so then and then it will be track that particular object. If your satellite will be here and object is moving, so that will not detect here. Okay, so they should receive some signal from that particular object, then and then it is moving in that particular curve. So in that case, we have required the polar coordinate r and theta, and using that we can find out the velocity, and that velocity is nothing but r, that particular component. This is radial component, this is transverse component of your velocity. Same thing we have find out in case of your acceleration. Okay, then we have seen, suppose your particle or object is moving in a circular ways, that time r is constant, so that time radial component will be 0 and you will get only this particular component. So simple way, don't confuse here, just we have started with this particular point. Okay, so which we have started, so please remember z is equal to r e raised to I theta. Here both are the function of time. Then this is my displacement, you can consider displacement of an object. This is dz by your dt. Then we can find out the differentiation of r as well as theta. This is my velocity component, and that will become here radial as well as transverse. Then we have taken again, this is d2j by dt square, means differentiation of your velocity. So that is nothing but dv by dt, and that is your acceleration. This is your velocity component. Okay, so velocity component will be here, the acceleration component will be here, and you will get radial as well as transverse. So please remember, the radial component is increasing along the outward direction of your r, means whatever your r is increasing in the direction, so dr by dt will be increasing. So theta will be increasing in a counterclockwise direction. So that will be the case. Okay, so that will be thing we have to cover here. Okay, so regarding this, I have provided the notes in PDF file. You can just go through it and you will get the application. Okay, so this is about this particular